Hi, I'm Michelle. Today was a rough day. It started off with my orientation for getting a counselor or something to then refer me to this group therapy program, right? So I was really nervous going into it. My dad was going to come with me and just be there for moral support, but he wasn't allowed. Family's not allowed in there. And then it was really kind of boring. It was pretty much just talking to us about the various programs, drop-in groups or referred groups, right? I was under the impression, the man that called me and told me to go to this orientation made it seem like after going to this today, I could then start my group on Thursday. That's not the case. And you know what? It was stupid of me to think that I could start right away. I don't know what I was thinking. I know that it's a big, long process. I know how the government works. So I don't get to start on Thursday. It's going to be a couple weeks till I get a counselor, and then I have to talk to them and get them to refer me to this group. So I don't know how long it's going to take, 2 or 3 weeks to get the counselor, and then there's nothing to say that I can start the group that week either. I might have to wait a couple weeks for that. I might have to wait till it starts again, right? Because for 4 weeks you're doing one thing, and then you do like 8 weeks of another thing, and then I think another 8 weeks after that, and then it's just like, and then after, I think for probably a good couple months, it's just continuing practicing all the things that they've taught us as a group still, right? And then of course I have to do it when I'm not in the group, otherwise it's a waste of my time, right? It's not going to fix anything if I don't actually do it, which is another thing. I don't know how dedicated I'm going to be, right? Like, as much as I want help and I want to fix this and I want to make life easier, because if it doesn't get any better, I don't want a life like that, right? So I really do have to commit, and I do have to dedicate myself to it. But I know myself. I know sometimes I can't commit to things. Sometimes I get bored of doing things for so long, right? I don't know if I will practice all these things every day, right? And if I don't do it every day, and if I don't work on it, I'm scared that it's not going to work. It's not going to do anything. I'm just going to be talking to a room full of strangers feeling like death, and then I'm going to go home, and for the rest of the week I'm going to mope around, right? So I just don't know. This, even when I get into the group, I was hoping that Scott could come with me and be there for me for moral support. I'm sorry, I had a hair on my lip or something. But I found out today that family are not allowed doing anything with you. So that sucks. I mean, there's drop-in groups that we can go to, but they're more for drug addiction. There's not really anything for mental health. And, well, that's really good, and the drug addiction groups would benefit myself and Scott. That's not my biggest concern right now. Like, I am so, I don't know, frustrated, concerned, worried. I can't live with this feeling all the time, right? And you know what? There are good days, right? There are, don't get me wrong. I have a tendency of focusing on the negative, and it certainly feels like there's more negative than positive. To add to it, I took my engagement ring in and the wedding band to get sized. In the summertime, my hands swell up, which is when I got the ring, so it fit like it fits beautifully in the summertime. But in the wintertime it goes down, and I do have my hands in water a lot. They do get very dry, and so my ring was sliding around. Like, it fell off when I was putting my hair up in bed the other night, and that's what really kind of kicked me into gear to get it sized. So I dropped that off this morning. They should be back Friday or Wednesday. So I'm really hoping for Friday, because like a week and 2 days is a really long time to not be wearing my ring. So it was such a weird feeling to have it off. Like, I don't take it off except to shower, you know? And so it was really strange not having it on, so I had to put a different ring on. Yeah. This is my beautiful, incredibly tacky plastic Walmart ring, right? And I asked the lady if it was bad luck to wear a different ring on your wedding finger. I didn't want to curse anything. I have the wedding ring that my dad gave to my mom. It was my grad present. So originally I was going to put that on there. But then I thought that maybe it's not such a good idea to have somebody else's wedding ring on my ring finger, especially considering the marriage didn't end well. So I thought that was a little bit too sketchy for me, so I put on my Walmart ring. It just feels like a really down day. I feel like everything that's happened today has just been so bloody hard, and it's just one of those hopeless days, you know. Scott has been really good tonight with me and making me feel a little bit better, and putting a smile on my face, and so it's been really good. He's such an amazing man. I wish you all could meet him. He really is. He's incredible. I am so lucky. And sometimes I forget that. And sometimes I'm a bitch. Sometimes I'm just really mean to him sometimes. And I hate that I do that. It's another thing I'm hoping to get out of this group that's going to teach me how not to do things like that. And how to control my emotions, to reel in my responses, because my responses to situations are they're so blown out of proportion. Like, they're this huge thing over something that's really just so minuscule, and it's exhausting. It's nice when it's a positive feeling. I get really excited about things, and that's great, but more often than not, it's just me snapping at Scott. And he doesn't deserve that. He's always been there for me. He's always been so good to me. I don't want to hurt people anymore like that. I think it's about time to wrap this up, so thank you. I encourage everybody to make comments, ask questions, whether it's about something I talked about or just your own experiences with depression or anxiety or borderline personality disorder. And if you want me to reply, leave a note in your comment and I will reply via video. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.